A civil trial brought forward by Ivan Henry continued at the Vancouver Law Courts today. Province reporter Keith Fraser has more.
An often emotional Tanya Olivares took the stand Tuesday to describe the ordeal her father's 27 years of wrongful incarceration has had on her life. At times she wiped away tears as she described the ordeal that began in July 1982 when Ivan Henry was arrested and charged with sex crimes against 8 women in Vancouver. Henry was convicted, designated a dangerous offender, and jailed indefinitely. Olivares testified that her life was already chaotic. With a mother who was a drug addict she was fearful would die at any time. Her father had constantly fought with the mom to try to get her sober and was a stabilizing influence in the life of Olivares and her younger sister. But when she was only 9 years old, Henry was taken into custody. She was not to see him again for another 12 years, the loss of a paternal influence having a devastating impact on her life. Her mother went into rehab and she and her sister were put into foster care. A year later they were reunited with their mother, but problems persisted and the family moved several dozen times. In 1990 her mother died. Olivares wrote occasionally to her dad, but did not tell her friends he was in prison. It was better to tell people that he was dead to stop the questions, Olivares told BC Supreme Court Chief Justice Christopher Hinkson. After the mum passed away, the 2 sisters lost contact with their dad, but they lobbied to have him transferred to a prison in BC where they could visit him. However, the visits were difficult and they often left in tears and had to limit the visits. In 2006, Henry's case was reviewed, and evidence pointed to another suspect as being responsible for at least some of the crimes. Henry was released and then acquitted, but his ordeal was far from over. Olivares said the transition was difficult and her dad constantly worried that police were going to come and take him away again. Henry is suing for compensation, alleging the police were negligent in their investigation and the Crown had violated his rights by failing to provide proper disclosure. Olivares is the first of an expected 60 witnesses at trial.